Hello, hope you're going well. In today's video I'm going to be speaking through Hebrews chapter 11, and it talks about unseen faith and what it means. What does faith mean according to Hebrews 11? So it says, "Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. This is what the ancients were commended for." So the first thing is we need to have confidence in what we hope for. Because if we don't have confidence, then what it is that we hope for is less likely to come true. If we have a fear of failure or a perception that whatever it is that we are hoping for is unlikely, then that's going to result in lack of confidence, and therefore our faith will be a lot less in that thing. Our confidence makes our faith more valuable and we become more invested. I found from experience that if we have less confidence in something, we place less faith in it. Therefore, we start to care about it less. Because if it then doesn't happen, we let ourselves down that little bit less. Having confidence makes our faith more real and helps us to become more invested. It's the same with God. If we just approach God with just a little bit of confidence and go, yeah, I trust God, but only so far. I don't think that I should trust Him for this. I should only trust Him for the things that I can see, not the things that I can't see. Well, we're going to be let down. And the best things that come out of our faith in God are the things that we fully, wholeheartedly trust in Him. Now, there's a few reasons why this is important, and it kind of is outlined in the rest of Hebrews. But first, I'm going to talk about the second part, assurance in what we do not see. This is the really tricky part for a lot of people. How do we have confidence and faith in something that we can't see? It is much, much easier to put our faith into something that we can see, because you want to have assurance that what you believe in is going to come true. And most people will put their faith in something that they are comfortable with, something that they are sure is going to come true, something that they can see happening, because that, in a sense, guarantees success for them and they're unlikely to be let down. But sometimes the best things that we put our faith in are things that, yes, there might be a chance that we get let down, but if we don't put our faith in them in the first place, we miss out. So one thing I thought about is, at the end of the day, what provides us with more reward? Is it putting our faith into something that is easy, or putting our faith into something that is difficult and something that follows through? For me, I'd rather put my faith in something that is difficult to put my faith in, but is more rewarding at the end of the day. So this is where it talks about having faith in and assurance in what we do not see. What we do not see is harder to believe in because we can't see it. It's not there, laid out there in front of us. But it is that much more rewarding when we believe in something that we can't see and then we realize it to be real. And I feel that's the same way with God. A lot of the time, He doesn't necessarily reveal Himself in a physical form. We can't actually see necessarily God in the flesh. But for me, there is so much evidence there of everything else that He does in His creation, in His people, in the stories that they share and the things that they've experienced, in the impact that God has had on their lives, and everything else that He has revealed through us. I know for an absolute fact that my life would be completely different without God as being a core part of it. So for me, that's what unseen faith looks like. And I just want to draw your attention to John chapter 20, verse 29. It says, "Then Jesus told him," so He was talking to His disciples, and in this instance in particular, Thomas. He said, "Then Jesus told him, 'Because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet believed.'" So again, if you believe and you have seen something, then fantastic. That's good that you believe in that thing. But it's so much easier to believe when you've seen it. So he says, blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed. So then you look at the rest of Hebrews, and what it does is, so I'm not going to go into detail. If you like, you can read through it to understand a bit more. But basically, to summarize, it gives lots of different examples of people who would not have been able to succeed in their goals if they had not had faith in God in that instance. Okay, so just a few people, for example, Cain, Enoch were brought up. The big one, which I noticed, Noah and his ark. That's a crazy example, isn't it? Trusting in God to build this massive ark for this flood that was promised to happen, which showed not really any signs aside from God's word. So that took a lot of trust. Abraham going into the promised land and becoming the father of Israel, one that everybody saw as the father of their faith, essentially, in history. It then actually points out that a lot of these people died before seeing what was promised to them. So they received their promises in full in heaven. So that can make things a little bit difficult as well. If we don't necessarily reap the benefits of our hard work straight away, that's where our faith comes even more important, because we can be working away at something and we cannot see the immediate results, but we've got to trust, we've got to believe that they are working for the good of God. So just to summarize, what is faith? It is trusting in the unseen God. It is trusting in God even when the whole world is trying to tell us differently. It's having complete confidence in God's plans for us even when we don't understand them. And God has proven time and time again that He is worth putting our faith into.